Aquarius, welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacups. So happy to have you all here with me today. We are doing your October monthly spreads, so it's super exciting. I decided to use this deck this time, the Halloween Tarot. Felt appropriate for Halloween season. It was also given to me by one of my dear, dear friends who is also an Aquarius. But listen, I gotta be real with you. I just started doing your reading and it froze in the middle and the audio was completely gone. And unfortunately, it started off as a really great reading, so I don't want to scrap it. It seemed like it was a really positive reading. So if I'm somewhere going to include at least the visuals so you can see that I shuffled and that those were the cards that came out. You're just gonna have to go with me on this one because it felt like a good message and I don't want to scrap it just because you didn't see it come out. I hope that makes sense. So we're jumping in, October monthlies, only takeaway messages for your best and highest good. You will know intuitively what those are. So right out the gate, you got the wish fulfillment card. Oh, and I should say I'm reading this as beginning, middle, and end of month, but again, take it only what applies to your story, release what does not. You came out with the wish fulfillment card, which is a really great card. This is the Nine of Cups. It's the Nine of Ghosts in this deck. Then you had the Nine of Imps, and you had the Page of Ghosts, so the Page of Cups. This would be the Nine of Wands. So what I was getting at here was that there is something that you've been wishing and hoping and waiting for. I just heard that song, wishing and hoping and thinking and praying. I love that song. It's so good. But there's something that literally it's been kind of spinning around in your mind, the idea of like these ghosts swarming overhead. It's something that in your heart space, right, you've been wanting, you've been longing for, you've been desiring. And with this Nine of Wands, almost the idea that you had written it off as a closed door, as something that was unreachable or impossible, or something that almost like the guard, the gatekeeper was not going to allow you to pass. And then all of a sudden, boom, that Page of Cups shows up and there's like a, I'm getting like a drop in the cup of trying to fill up your cup of wishes. So it's like something gives, something breaks in the best way where even if you're not, headed down through the door to all your wishes and dreams coming true, there's progress here. There's a significant progress that brings you some sort of joy or even epiphany. That fish shows up in your cup and you're like, oh my, like I wasn't expecting that. And it's something about the metaphor of like a bite on your line, like when you're fishing, you get that pull, that tug. Just when you had decided to like call it quits for the day and go home, that fish is on your line. And that fish represents something you've been waiting for, Aquarius. So that could represent a sum of money, right, that you didn't think you were going to get, or that job promotion you didn't think you were going to get, or, an invite to coffee for that crush that you've kind of been flirting with, in or around, the workplace or whatever. Now, I want to be very clear, two things here. It's something that you probably were giving up hope on. With the Nine of Wands, it was almost becoming burdensome waiting for this wish to come true. But also because Nine of Cups, it's pretty significantly down the line. So it's something that you would have been thinking or holding out for a significant amount of time, whatever that means to you, right? And it's not immediately, money in the hand. It's not being presented as 10 of Pentacles, as 10 of Cups. It's Page of Cups. So it's something you've been working on, right? Like mastering the skill of, especially those applying to jobs or looking to get a bite on the line of some sort of opportunity. Maybe it is romantic. Maybe, again, it's that person you're interested in, they finally extend an invite. But it surprises you a bit, but in a good way. It's a welcome surprise, and I'm just getting it promotes some sort of joyful, wishful energy. When you hear the news, you feel like a kid at Christmas opening up that gift. It's very exciting. And then that was clarified by the Queen of Cups. So potentially dealing with a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. This is specifically the Cancer card. Motherly, loving, nurturing energy. Almost something like nursing a baby, like even like at the breast I'm getting. I don't know what that means. I don't know if this involves your child or, I don't know, just like welcomed emotional support in terms of like somebody you can like let your guard down in front of, or maybe it's romantic feelings, or maybe it's making peace with someone in your life who it's like finally like you're allowing love to flow back and forth between your cups. And maybe for a long time their cup was guarded. They were, keeping you at a distance, literally like a gatekeeper to their heart or their emotions. It's like I am getting someone extends their offer to you, Aquarius. That's sort of what I'm getting here. All right, so those were the cards that was pulled, and then my whole audio issue happened. I have not seen the rest of these cards yet, so we're going to figure them out together. So that's looking like beginning of the month for some of you, middle of the month. We have the Three of Wands and the Page of Pumpkins. So Three of Wands is the waiting for your ships to come in card, seeking more progress, seeking some sort of communication or results from some of your hard work and endeavors. I am getting something about working late at night, working hard at night, particularly for those going to school, because then you have the Page of Pumpkins, which is the Page of Pentacles in this deck. So this is typically like the student card or becoming the master of some sort of skill. With Pentacles, it can be money, your health, your home, your body, things in the tangible, things you can reach out and touch. Something that it's like you're working on. Sorry, this is so funny. Oh, she's watching, but my friend who gave me this deck, this looks just like her. I don't know if she's watching, but that's too funny. And actually, she was or is going back to school. Anyway, side note, refocusing here. So waiting for your ships while you're working on some sort of tangible task. And then you have the Eight of Ghosts. So Eight of Cups is walking away to seek better emotional fulfillment here. So interesting. What this speaks to me about is this might be a completely different storyline from what I just said. This feels like a person reaches out to you, be it a boss or a romantic suitor or whatever. Here, this feels very specifically work-related. Something about you're waiting to hear back, maybe for more results. Maybe you get this and it's like a welcome surprise and it sets you off on this new path. But then the more you go down this path, interestingly enough, you're actually not super satisfied with the results or what's coming in for you. Maybe the money, it's not as much as you thought it was, or it's not giving you the money you thought it would, or the skills and abilities you were, I don't know, paying money to acquire, like the classes you were taking or whatever. There is some sort of like lackluster feeling towards it or disappointment. What I instantly heard here is I can do better. And that's definitely what the Eight of Cups is talking about. It's not that the results that came into you were bad. I am hearing disappointing though. It's like you waited for more results. You put in some efforts, again, working late nights or putting just a lot of effort into, I've chosen this path, I'm going down this road, and then, oh, but this is all I'm getting back from it, or even like this is the reception my work is getting, or it's kind of like you're not settling. It's actually really good, but I do see a little bit of frustration in that what you were hoping for did not exceed your expectations. It was sort of the opposite. But the cool part is you're not even lingering on that disappointment all that long, because within the same like time span, you're like, if this is all you guys are going to give me, like, peace, I'm out. And that doesn't necessarily mean leaving a job or leaving a relationship. This means going after something else to make it even better, to make it more spectacular, to make it more in alignment with what your heart truly desires and what your heart truly wants. Now, if this does involve leaving some sort of group dynamic or situation, that person or those people are going to be disappointed that they're losing you. Maybe some of you are thinking about leaving a job. Maybe you're applying to jobs, you finally heard back, you came on board, you went through orientation, and then you're there, maybe through the month of October, and then suddenly you're like, ooh, this is what I'm getting from this? That's not what I thought. That's not what, they were advertising online when I applied to this. Like, I'm gonna keep looking. I'm gonna put my resume out there again. It could be something like that. You hear back, and it was a long time coming, but then the results, it's interesting. Initially, the results are Page of Cups. Maybe your emotions get the better of you, and that you are overly excited because something is almost luring you in with. But the thing is, it doesn't feel. It doesn't feel like you're being tricked. It's like this Queen of Cups is welcoming you in, and you want that mother's milk. I know that's like a weird way of putting it. I just keep getting that because it is like the mother of the zodiac. You want that nutrients. You want that, deliciousness. You want to feel that way for a little bit, that finally, like, I've landed a job in my career, in my title, where I'm finally making the salary I want. But then again, it's like once you get there, it's just like you're sort of assessing the situation. You're like, oh no, like this is not what I want. And so it's interesting. But as I said, you're going after something even better, so I wouldn't get too held up on that. And again, forewarned is forearmed, so maybe you do get a bite back on your line, whatever that means to you. And maybe some of you have the foresight to realize, she's very intuitive, right? Maybe some of you have the foresight to realize this is the first, bite I've gotten back on these resumes or on this dating app or whatever. This person seems okay, but I don't know if they're completely in alignment with my true desires, Maybe some of you decide to give it a try, right? And maybe this Page of Pentacles is going to represent something different for all of you. It will. So moving on for more emotional fulfillment doesn't have to be leaving the person or the place, but it's seeking more. It's not settling. That's what I was trying to get at here. Cool. All right. So let's see. I'm going to throw one of these on it. Page of Pentacles is frequently a card of students to me. Or internships, working at some sort of job or skill that it's not brand new to you, but you're still a little bit, I don't know, I was going to say a little bit of a novice or a little bit out of your element. Maybe it's starting at a new workplace where you don't know anyone, or, you know what I mean? You're not completely in the comfort zone here. Whoa. I want to know a lot here. What is this page of, actually, what is this page, or I'm sorry, Three of Imps about? This Three of Wands, waiting for the ships. It has to do with waiting for your emotional fulfillment, your wish fulfillment to come true. It's like by already being involved in this new project or relationship, I think you thought it was going to come faster. And so maybe it's just going to require patience. Page of Pumpkins is Page of Pentacles, seeds that grow into the oak tree. It could be that the timeline of what these people are giving you, be it romantic or career, maybe the timeline is what's frustrating you. You're like, I can do this faster on my own. What is this Three of Imps about? Clarify the Three of Imps. For Aquarius, what does Aquarius need to know about this Three of Imps? Three of Imps. What is this about? Three of Swords. Or I'm sorry, Three of Wands. Guys. Waiting. That's exactly what it is. And it is the waiting for your ships to come in. Yeah, for a lot of you, this has to do with the time. The timeline it's taking for this seed to mature and grow. Some of you are questioning, is this seed even worth... It's almost like you've already planted it, but is this seed worth nurturing into something bigger? Because what I am getting is that there are no guarantees. You don't know if the seed is going to grow. And a lot of you, you're questioning it to the point of, do I completely abandon it or not? Anything else we need to know about this Page of Pumpkins? Page of Pentacles. Clarify Page of Pentacles for Aquarius. Page of Pentacles for Aquarius. Page of Pentacles for Aquarius. Gosh, the cards are sticky today. They don't want to come out. What is up with that? Page of Pentacles for Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know about Page of Pentacles? Howdy. So I take this to mean, I always look at this card and I think of Cameron Fry and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It's like sick in bed, just like, I can't go out, Ferris, I'm dying. I will say, this was occurring to me with the Eight of Cups. There is a little bit of overreaction or melodrama when you look at the seed that you're planting and wanting to abandon it entirely. There is a desire to throw in the towel way too early in the process. It's like, almost like your first impression might actually be wrong. And I hate to say that because Aquarius, you do tend to be quite intuitive and very quick. And well, I mean, you are the King of Swords, quick to judge things and make a accurate decision based on the intellect alone. So I am sort of getting, give this a little bit more time. The way she's looking at this pumpkin, it's something about the face value. It can't be taken at face value. What you see might not necessarily be what you get. There's going to be some waiting, and I don't want to speak too soon, but there is a desire that you have to completely abandon this, thinking the idea metaphorically is sick, will not get well, cannot be repaired, cannot be nursed back to health. something about this seed, it's like in sour, you view it as being in like sour land, sour ground. I hope that makes sense. To the point where it's like you're ready to throw in the towel and abandon it, to write it off as, oh, it's dead already, don't leave. It's not, let it drop, let it go. I'm going to go after something more. So maybe if this is ringing true, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Maybe some of you do decide to go off to something better, but I will say some of you are jumping to conclusions too soon, okay? So that's middle of the month. Let's look at end of the month. Excuse me. 4 of bats, so more waiting. The star, well, there you are, Aquarius, the king of wands, the king of imps. All right. So what I'm getting from this is that there's a need to wait. I just am sensing that if you were to abandon ship or again, throw in the towel on this project or this career or potentially this relationship too soon, the grass might not be greener on the other side. I hate to say this, Aquarius, please don't take offense. I'm just reading it as it presents. There's a little bit of ego here or impatience. If not ego, it's impatience. It might be ego though, coming up with the King of Wands. The King of Wands is fast. He's all about action. Fire signs, right? It's a Leo card. It's like they go where the action is. They go where the fire's burning. The fire burning here is minimal. And I take that to mean what you're doing, you might not be all that excited about, but something about it needs to mature. It needs to rest and take time. Rome wasn't built in a day. That expression is coming to mind. By resting on it, excuse me, by resting on it, it leads directly into your card. And that says to me something about you or what you want, Aquarius, that comes into the spotlight, that comes into the focus. But it's not presenting as the end-all be-all. It's not presenting as $1 million in the hand right off the bat. It comes from what you perceived as a closed door, which isn't, right? It opens up. It offers you a small token, right? A small opportunity to expand upon. Then it becomes the star. Then it becomes something wondrous and dreamy. And 9 of Cups, your wish fulfillment, how we were saying with the Page of Ghosts, it's a small delivery. It's that flirty text message. It's that offer to take on more projects at work without the title or the pay raise. Yeah, it's a little bit of a, oh, okay, this could be good. Contributing to your long-term wish fulfillment and goals. Boom, there's the wish fulfillment. It does come in. And something about, I love this card with the gargoyle. Something about this is saying to me, you need to be ready to pounce on this opportunity when it does present as something bigger. It's almost like you're going to know there will be a sounding of the bells, something about, you're going to hear like, I don't think it's a literal ringing of a bell or a clock, but there's something about your moment to pounce. It's like when the clock strikes midnight, Cinderella has to get her ass home or else her coach is going to become a pumpkin again. And there's a lot of pumpkins in this. But there's something about that. It's like, enjoy the slowness, enjoy the waiting, enjoy the in-between while this seed is growing and maturing and coming to fruition. Because I'm almost getting overnight, there is going to be a major, major change. And here's why I'm saying this. Again, rest, relax, take it a day at a time, just breathe through it, even though you're a little bit frustrated and clearly bored, right? You can handle a lot more is what I'm getting. There are some days you don't want to get out of bed because you're just like, what's the point? Why am I even at this job? Why am I, you know what I mean? There's this idea of just like, ugh, like this is pointless, existential even. You start getting in your head about it. I could do better on my own. I would be happier somewhere else. Here's the thing. After this waiting game mid-month, towards the end of the month, for some of you, there is going to be a shift and it's like day and night. It goes from this waiting and waiting and waiting and resting and recuperating and nurturing the seed and whatever to boom. you in the spotlight, the star. And what's so important is right before the star comes the tower, right? The tower isn't showing in this card because here's what I think. I don't think this tower moment happens to you. If this is a work and career spread or whatever, a relationship spread, the tower happens to somebody else. And I don't know if it's somebody else loses a job and that promotes you up to be like, Aquarius, we need you. Or something major happens in your external surroundings. And the only way it affects you, it's not negative. It's not a, stripping down naked to rebuild and heal, because that's what you've been doing the whole time. You've been waiting. You've been metaphorically healing, as I was saying, like malady. Maybe some of you literally are getting over some sort of injury with your body, or even over heartbreak. I could see that too. That comes right before the Four of Swords, which is the Four of Bats here, is the Three of Swords, right? The stakes through the heart. If some of you are recuperating from difficult heartbreak or whatever that is, there is going to be a swift and rapid changing of the guards. And that's what this is, the gargoyle, right? He guards over the tower, right? He keeps bad energy out. There's something about, again, that the clock strikes midnight, or something very significant happens at a certain time or a certain date, and that number may be significant to you. It could be 17. That's your card. That's your number. Where you somehow become the main guardian. You somehow become the main focus, the star. For some of you, maybe, I don't know, maybe some of you are singers and you finally get your song on the radio. It could be something like that. The star can sometimes mean celebrity, but more than anything, it's a newfound hope after we've recuperated from this terrible destruction of the tower. And again, as I said, the tower isn't happening to you. It's happening in your surroundings. And it's actually, it's positively impacting your life, because through someone else's struggle or misery, it's like you're brought on board to help. You're brought on board to do the healing, to do the rebuilding, to help the company get back on its feet, to stick the landing, or something like that. And something about your energy, it's very dominating, almost intimidating, but I don't think that's for you to worry about. Oh, you know what this is saying? It's saying don't be scared of this opportunity, because even this opportunity that comes to you, again, I'm getting it comes out of nowhere. It goes from a page, a student, a child, a seed, to a major arcana, like the star, not a star, the star. And I almost see this cat as, it's almost warning you, this opportunity that's coming to you, it's going to be like massive, so don't be intimidated by it. And the way I read cards, I don't mean to be a hype man. I'm not like, you're winning $1 million. That's not how I read cards. But I'm telling you, with the wish fulfillment card, and this coming in, as well as the King of Imps, the King of Wands, and the Queen of Cups, something here is very much in alignment with something that you've been desiring and wanting for a long time. And even if it doesn't come in at the end of October, something about this timeline, it's going to come out of nowhere because you've been waiting so long. But what's key here is that you have to keep doing the work. There is that desire to stay in bed, to rest on your laurels, to stop putting in the effort, to stop giving a shit, right? Some of you are just like, this isn't what I want to quit, I want to walk away. For a lot of you, if this is resonating at all, I would say hang in there a little bit longer, because something very important comes in. Even if this isn't you getting that title raise or that promotion, there's some sort of star that comes into your path that gives you a new guiding light, your new North Star. Something may be illuminated to you that you're like, that's what I want. That's my new path. That's my person. Whatever it is to you, huge energy. And as I'm saying, I'm seeing this gargoyle as like a panther. You have to be ready to pounce on it. Again, something about here, time is fleeting, because there's been so much lull time, because there's been so much inaction. When this comes in, Aquarius, you are going to feel it. You are going to know that it's time, and that is why the Fire King is coming in, because it's going to require swift and rapid action. This is even saying to me, especially for those recuperating from some sort of like physical ailment, like a broken leg or a broken arm, do the healing, because when this opportunity comes your way, I'm just getting like, it's going to require all your limbs. It's going to require all your time. So maybe this is a good time to take a vacation. Maybe this is a good time to visit with friends and family that you don't get a chance to see a lot. because something about this new opportunity when it comes in, again, it's dominating your life. And again, I think it's something you want with all these cups. I think it's something that you're desiring, that you really want. But again, it's going to be a game changer. In an otherwise dark sky that has been making you sad or morose or bored or complacent, all of a sudden this shining star comes in and you're just like, boom. Center focus. Let's throw a clarifier on it. We'll do one of these. Then we'll wrap it up. Sorry. Anything else we need to know about the star for Aquarius? It may involve a Leo or another Aquarius, but I mean, this is clearly your energy. And Leos, I think, are your natural seventh, right? I think Leos are Aquarians' natural pairing. So maybe, for some of you, maybe it's a relationship. Maybe you strike a fancy with the King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Male or female, doesn't matter. What is the star about? What is the star about? Enjoy the rest, because yeah, enjoy the relaxation or the quiet time, because yeah, there's going to be a changing of the tide, a changing of the clocks. So this is the Knight. Is this the Knight of the page? This is the Knight of Cups. Yeah, moving towards that emotional fulfillment, those dreams, those wishes. And interestingly enough, Knights are always shown on horseback in tarot. They represent movement and change. This Knight is sitting. This Knight has been waiting a very long time, sitting on that dream, almost losing hope, you know, with our cup, holding our cup out, you know, hoping for someone to fill it, or desiring something more than just status quo. Change, movement, being ready to pounce. It's like at any moment this Knight is going to need to jump on his or her horse, metaphorically, to chase after that thing, to chase after that opportunity, that star that comes into the dark sky. All right. Well, how should we wrap this up? Do we give you an animal card? Do we give you, what else do we need? Let's do one of these. This is the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. They're really oracle cards, but I just think they're kind of cool. Anything else that can go along with this for Aquarius? Guys, rest. Rest and reconsider. A lot of you are wanting to jump ship, and I'm not saying across the board don't. I'm saying give it time. Give it a little bit more time. Reconsider those emotions that are coming up about this isn't for me, this isn't what I want, I can do better, these people don't like me, you know, whatever it is. I'm sort of getting you're playing mental head games with yourself, or something about your emotions are like lying to you. That's such a weird way of putting it, but I just saw feeling alone. If for those who have joined a new company, some of you, maybe you don't know anybody and you're feeling very isolated, you're feeling lonely, you're not feeling like you're with your people, you're being observed. There are people watching you in this new environment, watching you try to grow your seed, build your empire potentially. You're there for a reason. There's a reason why, like, you know, spirit, God, whoever is making you wait. I think they want to see how much energy and effort you're willing to put into this. Yes, there are going to be days where your heart isn't as into it, where you're kind of just like, ugh. Good things come to those who wait. My goodness, is that what this spread is saying? Don't be afraid to rest. There is value in moments in the in-between. In-between action, there is tremendous value and opportunity for learning about yourself emotionally, and in terms of your spiritual growth as well. All right, Aquarius, not a bad spread, right? I mean, we opened you up right with the wish fulfillment card, so I think October is going to be an interesting month for you. Hang in there. Don't give up hope. And yeah, I would say don't jump to any conclusions that are severely going to impact your life. It might be a bit of a waiting game in October. All right, I'm going to stop rambling. Aquarius, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to put the visual of me shuffling the cards at the end of this video so you can see that I did it. And all the best to you. Like, share, subscribe. Bye, guys.